Good day everyone, I am Ana Rebecca Siligario, your tour guide for this day. It's a pleasure to bring you here in the vestiges of the capital of former Kingdom of Congo in Mibanza, Congo. Welcome to the town of Mibanza, Congo, located on a plateau at an altitude of 570 meters. It was the political and spiritual capital of the Kingdom of Congo, one of the largest constituted states in southern Africa from the 14th to 19th centuries. When the Portuguese arrived in the 15th century here in Angola, they added stone buildings constructed in accordance with European methods to the existing urban conurbation built in local materials. In its built structure and archaeological vestiges, the town retains the traces of its customary colonial and religious past, of which it is an eminent place of remembrance. So the vestiges of the Kingdom of Congo met criteria number 3 and 4 of the UNESCO criteria selection. So the contribution of the Kingdom of Congo to the history of the African continent is attested and undeniable. Its capital has retained the ritual and symbolic powers embodied in the Brotherhood of the Leopard Go. After the arrival of the Portuguese, the kingdom adopted Christianity, while however retaining elements of pre-existing Congo customs. The vestiges of Mibanza Congo thus evoke the political and symbolic importance of the kingdom in its territory and its role as a gateway enabling the Christian world to enter the African continent. Criterion 4. The political and religious center of Mibanza, Congo is an outstanding example of an architectural ensemble that illustrates, as nowhere else can, in sub-Saharan Africa, the profound changes that emanated from the introduction of Christianity and the arrival of Portuguese into Central Africa in the 15th century, events that influenced not only religion but also trade, learning, and contact between Central Africa and Europe, particularly Italy and Portugal. The cathedral was standing when in 1608 the Pope accredited in Rome the first ambassador of a sub-Saharan African state to the Vatican. The Jesuit College reflects the status given to Mibanza, Congo as a seat of learning and is the place where in 1624 the first catechism was written in Kikongo language to be used to spread Christianity across the kingdom. The city was at the heart of the vast Congo kingdom that in turn was linked to vast intercontinental network. Integrity. All the attributes that express the property's outstanding universal value are included inside the property boundaries. The property illustrates the political and religious functions as they were exercised in the heart of the former Kingdom of Congo. The property includes a set of vestiges that evoke pre-colonial society and the survival of the kingdom over several centuries, and the many churches and the military and civil buildings left by the Portuguese. Authenticity. The authenticity of the property stems from the fact that since its foundation, it has continuously maintained its sacred and symbolic function. The guardians of the tradition transmit the prestige on which the earlier kings relied. The customary court which manages conflicts has been reinstated after 4 decades of war as a cultural and political link with a living tradition. The occupation of the urban space has been known since the 16th century, as reflected in the accounts written by Portuguese travelers. The many churches and convents contributed to stability, and it is quite remarkable that the passing of centuries has not led to any encroachment on the royal space, which is still clearly identifiable as the spiritual center of the community. Protection and management requirements. Since the Angolan Constitution was established in 2010, the heritage of Mibanza, Congo has been preserved by a set of legal texts that delineate the boundaries of the property and its buffer zone. The Executive Decree of July 2014 and the Lists Protected Places Decree of January 2015. A participative committee was set up by the presidential decree in September 2015. The committee coordinates action of the entities in charge of managing the site. Two urban infrastructure development plans, water, energy, etc., are scheduled to end in 2017 and must be extended. The Management Plan 2016 to 2020 has defined tools to ensure the property's security and enhance its appearance. Conservation and restoration measures, particularly for the former cathedral, Kulumbimbi, have been scheduled over the next 5 years. An urban regulation plan for the historic center of Mibanza, Congo is also in preparation, while a provincial decree of August 2013 makes a prior building permit compulsory for any intervention inside the property boundaries and in the buffer zone. Documentary, archaeological, and historic research about the property must, however, be continued and extended. A tourism management strategy will have to be developed. The civil protection services ensure the surveillance of the property. Now, before we proceed to the next destination, I thank you for being with me in this trip. I hope you learned a lot from our Congo journey. See you around!